This fight set a new record for a live gate at Madison Square Garden, or the entire night did. It brought in nearly $18 million. Damon, how often do you think fights will now be held in New York City?
I think we're going to see it quite often. I mean, they've already announced that they're going to go back to Brooklyn in February for an event. They're going to Albany in December. I think that they're going to be at Madison Square Garden at least once a year, perhaps twice a year. I think they're going to go to the Barclays Center in New York once or twice a year. I think, the biggest loser in all this, unfortunately, is going to end up being, the state of Nevada, because a lot of the biggest cards have always gone to Las Vegas. And I think if New York is going to be this kind of a market for the UFC, and I think we saw it being proven on Saturday night, that New York may end up being a destination for 3 or 4 huge fight cards a year, and now that's going to have to be divvied up with Las Vegas, who might drop down to 3 or 4 fights a year as opposed to the 6 or 7 they're having right now.
Damon, final one for you. This was being touted as UFC's Super Bowl, the card that was going to announce the outfit's true arrival into the mainstream. Was that achieved?
I believe it was, because there was so much attention being paid to this event beforehand. I was at the post-fight press conference asking questions, and we had people from CNBC and Wall Street Journal showing up. These are things that have never happened. I've been to, I don't even know how many UFC events I've been to over the last 14 years since I started covering the sport. And I've never seen, a lot of those kind of outlets covering the UFC and giving attention to stars like Conor McGregor. I think this was kind of a transcendent moment for the UFC. It was the hottest topic all weekend long, and it's still the hottest topic going into Monday. I think this is proof that the UFC has hit the mainstream to a certain level, when you talk about a superstar like Conor McGregor, especially the way he has transcended the sport and become a superstar of pop culture as much as he's a superstar of combat sports.